Hi everyone, Danny's World is one of my favorite games on Roblox, and I also liked how it was friendly enough whether you decide to play by yourself or with a large team. With the newest update, they decided to make the game more difficult, but unintentionally made playing solo insufferable. Let's get this straight though, the majority of this update is honestly really cool. I like the new optimizations, the new maps are really large and really good, including the dialogue. I really like the new Twisted Chase indicator, and I think the increase in game difficulty was justified. My main point here is that solo runs are usually pretty slow, and the fact that there may be 8 Twisteds present doesn't promote more difficult combinations of Twisteds as much as it prolongs the game. Whether or not you call me an experienced solo runner is up to you, but if you've played the game by yourself past floor 35 after the update, you may notice doing the same things take longer without actually impacting how difficult the game becomes. You can disagree on whether this change is good, but undeniably it happens and it directly lengthens the gameplay process without adding challenge. Obviously, before the update, you could get pretty unlucky with twisted swarming machines in the middle of the map, but with the increased twisted cap, this is going to happen more often. Here's an example. On Shelly's floor, sometimes there's a machine in the middle of the map, near one of the elevators. This machine is one of the more annoying ones since it was often guarded by twisteds, but it was still doable. For example, floor 87 in my most recently uploaded solo Danny's World run was on Shelly's map with this machine spot, which I usually do these kinds of machines near the end of a given floor. This took a little bit over 3 minutes, and only 3 trips to the machine to get it done, despite still getting swarmed by a few twisteds along the way. Completing a machine in the same spot after the update on floor 38 took more than 3 times as long, taking over 10 minutes since I started trying to reach the machine. I believe I was playing the best I possibly could because I was actively trying to reach the machine instead of waiting for the twisteds to leave, and I didn't lose any health through the entire process. Both floors had similarly difficult sets of twisteds too, so I think this is the best example I could provide for my point. I want to mention that making the game more mechanically difficult is not equivalent to less interrupted gameplay. My example wasn't a skill issue, it's a direct consequence of increasing the maximum twisted count. Adding more twisteds increases the likelihood of getting seen and forced into a chase, extending runs even when players are able to handle the twisteds themselves. Finally, I want to mention that what I made of the facts is my opinion. I played solo runs because I honestly really enjoyed playing through the game and its challenges, but with this update, I think the interruptions made the game less fun and more annoying, without increasing the difficulty of the game. The goals I had set for myself for fun became more like responsibilities. I don't think I'm the only one with these opinions either. Multiple experienced solo players have posted about how the update would prolong solo runs. Replay, the current solo world record holder, doubts that the world record would be beaten, and Kirby, the former world record holder, said that long solo runs might be dead. So, what should we do? We can't just reduce the cap back to 6, because that would make team play way easier, and one of the main points of the update was probably to challenge larger teams. There are many ways we can go about solving this issue. Maybe if a team consists of 1 or 2 toons, which is often people soloing or playing independently of each other, the twisted cap is 6. When you have 3 toons, some strategies allow for a more team-based approach, so the twisted cap could be 7. When you have 4 or more toons on a team, it becomes a lot easier to deal with floors with multiple players distracting, so the twisted cap could be 8 twisteds. Of course, solutions depend on personal opinion, but this is the solution I would personally recommend. To make sure this reaches the development team so it could possibly make a change, if you agree with my statements, share this video with anyone you think has the same opinion. I don't know if this video will work if it doesn't reach the eyes it needs to. Let's save solo runs.